Nerds will inherit the copier world. Just a little bit of a burp there, folks. Okay, this will be an interesting one. Gonna make it text. See what we can do with this. I wonder how big we're gonna make it. Actually, we're gonna save that for when we grab the original. So we're just gonna text enhance this one. And the contrast is going to be full blast. A bit of a rhyme, folks. We're going to leave that in the centre. Mechanical noises, folks. Not good for Konica Minolta's corporate image. Who gives a shit? They're all fuckwits anyway. The fucking photocopier industry is a joke. Not fucking funny though. Anyway, what do we got? We got a sticker, someone's graffiti tag. We're going to make this tag look a lot more interesting than what it is. So I found this, it wasn't stuck very hard on the surface, it was just half peeled off, or it wasn't stuck on properly. So now we're just going to make some interesting use of it. Now the vertical is going to be 400, but the horizontal is going to be a bit less. So the horizontal is going to be, we're going to make it 300. We're going to have to put it on there again because 400 won't be enough to fit it to page. So let's see how we go with this piece of graffiti tagging. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, it's not fully long all the way there, but that's okay. We can fill that in later. So that looks really quite interesting. So now we're just going to remove it off here. This original, we're going to consign this to the trash. We're going to take that off and then recycle the paper. We're not taking it apart yet. So we're going to now use this as our master copy. And we're going to enlarge it to fit page, and we're going to change it to dual colour. So we're going to make this area red, and that's going to stay black. So now we're just going to change our enlargements. So the enlargement, the horizontal is probably going to be 110, and the vertical is going to be considerably more. Is going to be 100 and going to make it 160 and see how we go with that. We can make this piece of tagging really a lot more interesting than its original use. We're just going to overlap the edges so we don't get large ugly borders. So we're going to lose some of that edge, unfortunately. I wish I had stuck the sticker closer to further away from the edge of the page, but we're just going to push that up a bit. So we'll just push that up and see how that goes. See how we make this tag look. Wondering if there's any other settings we've got to deal with. Wondering, we're just going to leave it like that. Hopefully it won't be crooked. So let's see how this looks. Let's see if we've made this tag look any good. Yeah, it looks like we've fitted it nicely to the page. Not perfect, but it looks good. So now we can do the rest of our job, and that is making it into a... So I'm wondering where the centre of the job is going to be. I was thinking there, but here it looks good because we've got that narrow margin there. I'm wondering if maybe we can darken it a bit because it's a bit wishy-washy. If maybe we can just switch it to copied paper, which is what we've got now, and we're just going to maybe make it a little bit more, make it a bit darker, just a little, And I'm thinking that's it. We're going to just press off another red one and see if we've improved it a bit more, like fine-tune the work. But we got this, they got it fitted nicely, which obviously the intuition was working this time, folks. And this looks a lot better now. See the difference? That red is a lot better than that red, and it's a really good crisp image. So we're just going to take that, and I'm thinking that's going to be our area. It's hard to choose which part is going to be the corner where we make the junction of the mirror image. So let's see how. We're just going to go, we're going to switch to black and yellow. So we're doing the hot colours first. So yeah, it's nice to work with something. I mean, a lot of people hate graffiti tags for obvious reasons, but they can be quite creative sometimes, especially the colourful ones that you see near the train stations. Some of them are quite creative, quite artistic and graphic. It's not all badness, yeah, but I do have an appreciation for graffiti art, especially not so much the simple tags like this. I like the ones which are really colourful and really complex. They're the ones I really like. They're really creative. But of course, you hear about stories about people like Banksy making money out of his graph, and it's even to the point where people cut up a wall so they can keep the graffiti. So the graffiti's on a wall, right? And the thing is, his stuff can sell for a lot of money. So yeah, if anyone's heard of Banksy, he's based in England, and yeah, he does some amazing shit. It's not like the shit, it's not so much aerosol, it's more stencil, but he manages to make money, and he manages to get away with it, and his identity has been closely guarded, hidden, and yet he still does things in public. So it's amazing how he does it and doesn't get caught. He's a clever person, very clever. And basically, yeah, I do have an appreciation for street art. It's interesting. And now I made this simple piece. I'm hoping I made this look good, and I hope that the person who did this appreciates my take on his work or her work. I don't know, I assume it's a him, but anyway. I think there's probably more males doing this shit, but I could be wrong. But anyway, let's see how that looks. Yeah, that's not bad. Looks almost like Japanese, actually. I think now we can call this demo quits.